Hey y'all, welcome back to Leslie's Mature Makeup and Beauty. Today I've got some kind of current favorites and then I've got a few things to talk about that didn't work out for me. So I think per usual we'll knock those out first and then we'll talk about all the fun stuff. So yeah, let's just start there. I tried this Dove Body Love Moisture Boost Body Cleanser. It smells good, but this leaves my skin feeling kind of dry. Thankfully I had an Ibotta rebate, so I didn't pay full price for it. And then it's so thick, it's got this pump that you just can't hardly get it out. So I didn't love that. I think the name Moisture Boost it didn't boost my moisture. Like I said, it leaves my skin feeling more dry than like my just plain old Dial body wash. So I won't be repurchasing this. I mean, I'm going to use it up, but I won't be buying that one again. And then I've got a couple of kind of higher end things that I purchased that really wished I hadn't probably. One of them, and this has nothing to do with the quality, the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2. It's really a pretty palette. I just don't find myself reaching for it often. The tones in this they're a little bit warmer. Now I love the shimmers in here. They're gorgeous, but like the matte shades just lean a little bit warmer than what I like. Now I've still used it a few times. I mean, I'm gonna get some use out of it just because I paid a good bit of money for it, but it just didn't turn out to be a favorite. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Now the quality is great. The shadows perform really well. It's just the warm undertone of it that is not my favorite. And then another higher end thing that I just didn't love was this One Size Cheek Clapper Blush Trio. I don't know if it's just the shade. I mean, it's okay, but it's just not. I just didn't feel like it was worth the price that I paid for it. Like, now the Patrick Ta Blush Duos, those are expensive, but I absolutely love that and don't regret purchasing that at all. But this one, I just don't find myself wanting to reach for it. It's just, and like I said, maybe it's a shade thing. Maybe I should have picked a different shade. The formula is not terrible, but it's just not something that I find myself grabbing for a lot. And then one more higher end item, this Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. I just bought the baby size, but this was still like $18. This, to me, it just doesn't do anything. I don't feel like it helps mattify, and I don't feel like it helps like blur my pores either. So, I don't recommend that one either. And then a couple of things from my Full Face of Maybelline that I didn't love. This Superstay Activewear Foundation. This just looks a little heavy on me. I just can't get it to, no matter how little I use, it just still ends up looking kind of heavy. And then the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I know a lot of people love this one, even people who have drier under eyes. But for me, I just couldn't get this to look good under my eyes either. Neither of those were real flattering on my skin. And that, I think, is really all of the things that, over the last few months that I've tried that I just really didn't love or didn't feel like it was worth the price for me personally. So yeah. Now let's talk about some goodies. That Physicians Formula, the Full Face of Physicians Formula that I did, there was a lot of good things in that video that I have continued to use, except for the only thing that really, this Diamond Mascara, this was a fail for me too, and it's the wand on it is what I don't like. The formula itself wasn't terrible, but it's got like these sides are flat and then you have bristles here. So I just kept getting big globs of mascara on my lashes and then it was kind of hard to comb out. I haven't wanted to reach for this at all. The packaging is super cute, but I just don't like that wand. And I think that was all the things that really have just not worked out for me lately. I've tried a lot of stuff that I really like. And then we'll kind of talk about the makeup that I've been reaching for, the older stuff in my collection that, as we've gotten into some hotter weather, I tend to do a bit lighter everything. But anyway, some of the stuff from that Physicians Formula video that I did love, that I have been reaching for often, this Butter Believe It face powder. I love this stuff. I just use one of these little velour triangles, you know, little swirling in and pat it on. Very smoothing. Now it does have that smell, you know, that strong coconutty scent, but I don't mind that. You know, it kind of fades pretty quick, but I have been loving this. And then another powder that I've really been liking, I've noticed as I've gotten more into like summertime, I've been using a little bit more powder. I don't know, did I unclog my pores and everything is worse now? You know, I don't know. But this Huda Beauty Pound Cake, Easy Bake Loose Setting and Baking Powder. Now I don't bake. That's just a little too much. Super smoothing powder. Now it does have a fragrance as well. It's just a light, sweet kind of a fragrance. It kind of smells like pound cake. I was just looking to compare the size-wise to like the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. This was my favorite powder for a while, but this Huda Beauty has replaced it, and they're similar in price, but you get 20 grams of product in this versus 6.8 in this, and they're, you know, a similar price. So this will be probably my future go-to, but I've really been enjoying both of those powders. Usually I'll like set down my makeup with the Huda Beauty, and then if I need to do just a little bit more, you know, if I'm getting a little shiny in the T-zone or whatever, that Physicians Formula has been what I've been reaching for that. And I did buy some little circly puffs that I could stash down in there to take that with me if I'm going somewhere that I may need to touch up. But I've been loving those. And then this Diamond Metallic Liquid Eyeshadow from Physicians Formula. This is a fantastic formula, and it's so pretty. So pretty. It's very kind of duochrome, reflective-y type of a situation. But that's the shade that I have. I don't know what, Golden Emerald. And they've got a purpley one and another one, but I can't ever catch them in stock. But I've really enjoyed this because I've been doing a lot of kind of single shadow or just, you know, a little something in the crease and then, you know, a cream shadow of some sorts. But loved that. And then this Physicians Formula Butter Blush. Now, if you have a super light skin tone, this might be a little much for you. But I just generally swirl my brush all around in there. It's a little bit powdery. It does have, it's a different smell than that coconutty smell. It's not my favorite, but I don't really notice it when I'm putting it on. But this is a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. I have something different on my cheeks today, but this is just, their butter formula powders are just silky, soft, and they're just gorgeous. And then I also have found myself reaching for the Diamond Plumper, their lip gloss. This is the shade Champagne Cushion Cut. I really didn't think I would love this shade as much as I do. This is what I've got on today, just with a little bit of lip liner. It's got just a little bit of a tingle to it. But it's a nice formula. It's not sticky. It wears well. Now, will this replace my lifter glosses? Probably not, but this is one that I've reached for quite a bit lately as well. I'm trying to put some of this stuff up as I go because I've got stuff just everywhere. And then a couple of bronzers that I've really been loving. This L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer. I've got the shade 300 Light Medium. This is a super soft powder. This is what I have on today for my bronzer. It's a little bit expensive, but what I noticed when I tried this e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer, this is Forever Sun-Kissed. There's a lot more shades in the L'Oreal versus the e.l.f., but these powders feel very similar. I swatched them on my arm. You can see the shades are, they're close, but they're not exact. But this powder feels very much like this powder. They're both matte, but either one of those I think is a good option. Which I've really been, a lot of days I reach for a cream bronzer. I've been using my Soul Body. Now I will probably be reaching for that LYS bronzer a good bit. It's just, I've not had that in my collection long enough to call it an absolute favorite, but that's a really nice, super easy to work with formula. This one's easy to work with as well, but the I feel like the LYS might be a little bit more friendly if you are just starting out to use cream products, just because it does blend out so super easy. That's this one that I tried just in one of my last videos, but I'm sure that will quickly become a favorite. But I've really been liking, you know, cream bronzer and a lot of days cream blush as well. Which brings me to this little NYX Wonder Stick. I've actually reached for this guy more than I thought I would. This is their dual-ended. They've got some that are highlights too, but this is the peachy one. Yeah, coral and deep peach. I only used this recently in a video, but I had been using it for a while before that, and you get 2 shades. Now, I don't draw directly on my face with this. That's what those 2 shades look like. I like to just take a brush, a dense brush like my e.l.f. Putty Primer blush or their buffing foundation brushes I like for cream products, but just run my brush across that and tap it on the cheeks. Wears all day. It's a really nice formula, I think. And then, while we're talking about blush, let's just talk about the others that I've reached for a lot. Like I said, I've been reaching for a lot of cream blushes lately. These Milani Cheek Kiss blushes, I've had these for quite a while. I still reach for these all the time. I find I reach for these a little more in the summertime when I kind of want a little bit more of a dewy cheek. But also that Maybelline Cheek Heat, that is a super nice blush. This little e.l.f. monochromatic multi-stick. Now this one does have shimmer to it, but once you blend it out, it looks gorgeous. This Maybelline in Nude Burn is what I've got on my cheeks today. And it doesn't take a lot of this Maybelline Cheek Heat. Just a little bit goes quite a long way. I'll show you what those look like. And it does, the Maybelline does dry down to a powdery finish, but that's the Maybelline and that's the e.l.f. Both really nice formulas. The Flower Beauty Blush Bombs. I've been reaching for these guys often. This is a gorgeous shade. This, I think it's Bitten. Yeah. I reach for it more than I do this Pinch shade, just, you know, with my skin tone, but been loving those. And then another cream blush that I tried out kind of on a whim was this one from Morphe. It's their blush balm. I got the shade Wild Wine. It's got a cute little mirror in it, but that's what that shade looks like. And this has it's not as emollient as like the Milani cream blushes, but that's I've been enjoying that shade as well. And I just, you know, dip the brush in and tap it on the cheeks. But the formula is a little bit stiffer on this one than like the Milani. Like eyeshadow goes, one of my favorite palettes that I've purchased recently is the Sigma New Mod. It does come with a brush. I've got the brush sitting down here, a double-ended brush, but this is just beautiful. I kind of wish I would have just bought this and not the Patrick Ta, but this Sigma formula is one of the best out there, I think. It's a super easy to work with formula, and these shades in here are just stunning. I have really enjoyed that. But most of the time these days, what I've been, you know, over the last month or two, you know, with it, you know, just being super hot, there's a lot going on, you know. Like what I did today, I grabbed my little e.l.f. matte quad, the little bite size I Love You a Latte. And what I generally do, I take this shade right here, pop in the crease, and then today I put a Super Shock on the lid, and that's what I've been doing a lot of days. Today I've got on the shade The Griffith. So pretty. It's like this purpley, just beautiful kind of a soft, shimmery purple. It's just gorgeous. That's it over there. I've been loving that, but I grabbed Rooftop Cocktails. It's a greeny, purpley, shifty shade. It's got like a little, almost like brown it looks like in there. I mean, it's got several different, that's not doing it justice. Several different tones in this one. You know, these Super Shocks are super easy to apply just with a finger. Let me see if I can show you all this shade. It's so pretty. And you know, for $6, these are fantastic. But that's what that shade looks like. It's so pretty. That's still not quite doing it justice. But I've reached for those, you know, those singles a lot, along with my little Flower Beauty Crushed Chrome Pigments. This is, you'll see a theme here, lots of purples and greens. That's like this one's like a lime green. And then I've also reached for these Maybelline. I got a Maybelline Tattoo Studio in Socialite. That's a really pretty shade. And then a couple from Revlon. Again, purple and green. But those have been, that's kind of been my go-to. I look for, you know, kind of every day. I'll throw on a little bronzer, a little cream blush, hit the crease with this, and then grab a single shadow and some mascara, and I'm out the door. Oh, speaking of Maybelline, in that video I tried their Colossal Curl Bounce mascara. This has been a good one. I don't think it's going to replace the Snapscara or the Lash Sensational. Yeah, Lash Sensational. But it's not a bad one. I like it pretty good. It's got a slightly curved wand, doesn't flake or smudge. So I've been enjoying that one. And then, what else? Oh, before I move on from eyes, I grabbed one of those little new Maybelline shadow blocks. The quality's good. It's just, for the price, you're only getting 3 shadows. And the way, you know, it just comes in a little stack. And, like, if you want to mix colors, it's kind of hard to go back and forth. And you get 2 mattes and a shimmer in this one. This one is the 82nd and Park Avenue. But you get a deeper matte shade, a shimmer, and then this, you know, light matte. And like I said, it's okay. I just don't think for the price it was really worth it. And then what else? Foundation wise, you know, a lot of days like today, I just have on my tinted SPF. I put on a little Physicians Formula powder just to kind of you know, take the shine down for filming, and then I put on some, you know, the blush and bronzer that I talked about. But I've been liking this Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. It's got some SPF of 42. I got the shade number 27. That's the only thing. This is a Korean beauty brand. This was super affordable, like $12 for 1.7 ounces. So that's almost double what you get in a regular foundation. I'll show you what that's what that shade looks like. But this is just a really nice, it's got nice, you know, kind of lighter coverage, and it or, you know, medium-ish, it's got decent coverage, and it's got kind of a natural finish. So I've been reaching for that guy quite a bit. Now usually on Sundays when I go to church, I do wear an actual foundation. I've actually been liking the Joa Crystal Glow. It's a more dewy foundation, but it doesn't emphasize my texture. But then I've also still reached for my, you know, my CoverGirl, my L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear, my NARS. You know, I just kind of rotate, give everybody some love. I've really been trying to make a consistent effort to make sure I'm using all of my makeup and not just the new things that I've got, because I tend to want to just use those new things and not use everything. And then these Maybelline Vinyl Lips. I've been loving. Oh, well, look, I've never even noticed that. Because it says vinyl around the side, but then if you stack them up, it still says vinyl. These you do need to shake up. You can hear it's got a little thing in there. But these are, now they're a little bit, they leave the lips just a little bit tacky, but not sticky. To me, that's there's kind of a difference there. I got 2 shades. I wouldn't mind having more. Maybelline does lips really well, I think. There's a shade, I want to say it's like peachy or something that I think I want to get. But I've got, this is Coy right here, and this is Witty. I've been reaching for Coy a little bit more just with it being summertime and, you know, since it's a lighter shade, but love those. But a lot of days I just throw on a lip liner and some lip gloss, and, you know, that's what I did today. I got on a ColourPop lip liner and the Physicians Formula gloss. Here, looking here. Oh, this e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I actually like this guy. Not a huge fan of the brush. I feel like some of the product kind of stays in there and gets a little bit dry. But this is a brightening formula for me. I like it. The little inner cavern of my eye, I like it for that. But I've used this guy quite a bit. I like this more than I thought I would. It actually surprised me. It doesn't look like heavy or cakey or creasy, and I've been enjoying it. I think it looks pretty good under the eyes. And then I've got a couple of tools and then some fragrance and a new SPF, and we'll be done. I think I've talked about this before. This is the BK Beauty 106 brush. This is fantastic for foundation. Y'all know a lot of times I'm just a sponge girl. Speaking of sponges, I do like these AOA Paw Paw sponges. These are super affordable for like 6 of them in a pack, and they do a good job. I've really been liking those as well. But for a brush, this works fantastic. I think it would probably be great for cream cheek products as well, but I like it because I can kind of stipple on and then do a little buffing. I like this better than the 101. Now, I still think the 101 is a good brush, just depending on what you want, but this one's a little more dense, and I can't do the buffing if I want to buff, so I've really been loving this guy. I hope they have a sale soon and I can grab another one. But that and those Paw Paw sponges have kind of been the new tools that I've discovered lately that I've been loving. And then for SPF, I tried out my favorite. I usually get my Australian Gold Botanical SPF 50 tinted SPF at Ulta Beauty because they've got a good price, shipping's fast. I think you can probably get it on Amazon too, but they had a sale and they were out of stock of the my shade. So I tried out the Ulta Beauty collection mineral tinted face lotion. This is an SPF of 30. This is really nice. It retails for around $14. I'll squeeze a little. Now the tint on this is a little bit lighter, I think, than my Australian Gold. But this also has a matte finish, but it's not quite as matte as the Australian Gold, if that makes sense. But you can see that blended in there. You know, it doesn't have as much tint or as much like coverage as the Australian Gold, but it wears good under makeup. It looks good by itself. It retails for like $14. You get 2 fluid ounces. I actually just reordered some more of this because I am going to summer camp. So speaking of that, the week of the 26th, which will be next week, I will be out of pocket the whole week, so y'all probably will not see anything from me. I'm going to try to get up a few videos over the next few days to, you know, make up for being gone, but it's a church summer camp. You know, it's obviously it's for kids. They need some adult campers, so I'm going to be going, but I won't have access to technology, you know, just kind of intermittently, so I'll be out of pocket, but I will be back. But I've really been enjoying that tinted SPF, so I have purchased a couple of more to take with me just to make sure that I've got plenty of SPF. And then a fragrance that I have been loving. What I did, I purchased it was one of the Sephora favorites sets. I think it was 6 or 7 like little, you know, trial size or travel size perfumes. And then there was also a certificate in there that you could redeem for a full size of whichever fragrance you liked, which I thought, you know, the set itself was about $75, which was a little bit expensive, but I got to try all those perfumes, and then the one that I liked the best was this Clean Reserve Skin. I haven't actually used this one yet because I've still been working on this one. It came in a little roller ball, and you can see I've already used quite a bit of it. I don't like a roller ball. Mine's kind of gross, but this is an absolutely beautiful. There's something just really sexy about this fragrance. Let me read you what they say about it because I'm not good at describing scents. They say the family that it's in is a floral musk. The key notes are fresh musk, copaiba oil, and salted praline. Under the description, it says that Madagascar vanilla offers a soft, subtle sweetness to the cozy, close-to-the-skin musk, creating the perfect everyday perfume. And I would have to agree with that. There's something about it that just, it lasts all day, but it's hard to describe. There's something just kind of sultry and sexy about it. And it's one of those fragrances that every time you smell it, it's just delicious. There's something about it that I really love. And they say these scents are good to layer, but I would definitely recommend, because this full-size bottle, the 3.4 ounces, retails for like $100. But like I said, I got to try all those perfumes, and then I had that certificate to redeem for this guy. So I thought that was a really good way to try out a bunch of different ones, because I was looking for a different scent, just something I could switch it up with my Philosophy Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. And that one was just, it surprised me how much I like that. But all of their fragrance kits don't come with that little certificate, so make sure you check that out. And some of their kits that they've got right now, like some with their mascaras, have got a little certificate. You can try the mascaras out and then redeem one for a full-size mascara, and then some of them they have, like, you can redeem a certificate for like 15% off of a full-size product, but all of their little favorite sets don't have that option, so just kind of check that description box. But I think that is everything. I'm just looking around here. I think that's everything that I can think of that, just the things that I've really been reaching for a lot lately. Hopefully I can get better and do these favorites once a month. I just kind of get, time gets away from me. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me today. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.